Welcome. My name is Tracy Cook, and this is the podcast series Victim to Victory. This series gives a voice to those that have overcome obstacles in all forms, that dare greatly to share their real stories. Amazing humans that have seen hope and rise above those adversities to become victorious. We have a true visionary, a rock star with us today, our guest interview, and he's going on to support and inspire others to do the same. So don't forget to subscribe and comment. And we've got Alex Dumas. He's from North Carolina. Thank you for joining us on Victim to Victory.
Hey, thank you, Tracy. Appreciate the invitation and glad to be here with you.
Fantastic. Now, you need to connect with Alex because he's helping so many people as a life success creator. They are three powerful words. And he is also the host of The Ultimate Experience, and he's helping coaches explore their possibilities, expand their businesses. And not only that, he's putting belief into them as well. He's working on their mindset. He's wanting to be the best version of themselves and really let them know that possibilities are really endless. And he's really, really blessed to make a difference. We're very excited to hear your story today, Alex, of where you were, how you've overcome, and how you got into helping others in this way. Where does your story start?
Yeah, wow, thank you. And hearing it back reflected to me, it's humbling. It's like, wow, is that really me? That's that's what I do. Yeah. And to answer your question, where it started, it came from a place of not being any of those things, of not feeling powerful, of not feeling seen, not feeling acknowledged, not feeling validated. Really starting off like the beginning point. I've told this story a couple of times, but it's worth rehashing, and it's always good for me to work through it too. As a little boy, maybe it was 5, 6, somewhere in that range, 5 or 6, 7, something like that. Back when I'm originally from New York, and I saw this family portrait of my mother, rest her soul, my father, my older sister, my older brothers, right? And I'm not the best in math. I'm not the sharpest light bulb in the drawer, the sharpest knife, whatever. But I happened to count. I was like, there's 4 kids, 2 parents, but in this picture, there's 3 of us, and there's only 2 parents. Like, so someone's missing. And I just came to the conclusion of, well, I don't exist. I'm not important. I'm insignificant. And in a real early age, I condemned myself. I put myself in that box. Now, some viewers might be thinking, well, why didn't you just ask? Why didn't you say, like, hey, I'm not in this picture. Like, where am I? I was looking around in the picture, couldn't find myself. And this is years before my mom was pregnant with me. So you might think, like, wouldn't it have just been easy to say, hey, can we just take another family photo? But in that state of mind, my thought was, well, I'm not important enough to be in this picture. Who would listen to me? Why would it even matter? What's the point? What difference would it make? And I carry that story with me for a long time. It still creeps up every now and then. It's not something that just completely fades away. But in terms of this belief of victimness, right? I wrote that victim story for myself, and that's how I operated. I really couldn't connect to people. I was popular. I was always funny. I was always I used my humor to deflect a lot so that nobody could really get to me or really get close to me because there was nothing there. I was shattered at that point, broken really, and growing up, using drugs to mask that, because there's a lot of pain, when you feel like you're invisible, when you feel like there's no purpose to your life, and you just drift. That's what I did. I drifted along wherever life took me. Are these people doing this? I want to be cool like them. The people want me to say this. Oh, I'm going to do that, and I'll just do whatever. And there's no identity. There's no real me, because the me that exists is just what I've designed myself to be for other people. And as a teenager, 14, 15, getting involved with drugs, dropping out of a lot of activities I loved. I loved sports. I loved football. I quit football. Like by 16, I was just done. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to just get high all day. I want to steal. I want to rob. I want to just do whatever I can to consume and not feel, right? I didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to deal with me.
So you're
Fast
trying to
forward to,
find your identity. You're trying to find where you
yeah,
fit in the world. You're trying to find which picture you belong in. And you were trying to
yeah,
do that with all these negative things, trying
yeah,
to, the drugs and the robbing and you're trying to almost get the attention or get recognition in a negative way to see where you fit, right? Would that be true?
yeah. That's pretty fair. I mean, people would love me, but I wouldn't feel it. I would hear all these things like, "Oh, you're great, you're awesome," you did this, but it would just fly over. I couldn't receive it. My mind was just already, I was going past it, or I would have I would call it a yeah but bag. It's like, Alex, you're great. Yeah, but you don't understand. I'm this, right? You don't understand this limitation.
Ah,
I would argue and fight for it, maybe not verbally, but inside. I couldn't receive it. There was nothing, there's no words anybody could say to me to get through to me. It wouldn't make a difference.
yeah.
And
And you're just
it
negating all
changed.
the compliments basically because
Oh
you
yeah.
weren't feeling that. So would that be kind of like self-worth as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
A lot of it's self-worth, my values, just my own integrity with myself. Of people say you're doing this, but like deep down I know, like, no, I'm not really a good person, or I'm not really a loving person. I don't even love myself. How could I even
Wow.
accept that from you when I can't even give it to myself?
And when did things kind of change where you thought, I can't keep going on not feeling, I can't keep on feeling like an imposter almost? When did or what happened where you thought, I need to do better than this? Was there something that happened?
Yeah, things changed around in December 2005. At that point, I was just, uh, for lack of a better word, I was just a real loser. I was in college. I mean, on paper, I was doing all the right things. I had a job. I was in my senior year of school. I was 22 at the time, and I was doing okay. I had a car. All right, I'm doing fine. But I was just nowhere. I was just aimless. I was just drifting. I wasn't doing anything. And then I met this young lady on this platform called MySpace. uh,
We're
and
showing
we
our age
started,
here now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. MySpace, we got connected on our buddy list on AIM, and we started the date in January 2006, and eventually she became my wife. We're still married to this day. We have two beautiful kids, and she was kind of the one who really shook me up and really challenged my way of thinking of, especially early on in our relationship, because she was kind of an afterthought. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with you for a little bit, then I'm gonna go hang out with my boys, and I'm gonna go, smoke and do this stuff and drink and all this stuff. And she was just like, hey, this needs to stop. Like, you have to choose me or this. I pretty sure I made the right choice. I pretty much cut those things off out of my system, and she was in a place of healing too. Like, we both really came into each other's lives at the right time. I mean, her story's insane, but we found each other at the right time, the right place, and it's been us ever since.
Oh, that's a great, there's always a guy or a girl or something like that that comes into our lives and they can see something in us that we never probably seen in ourselves, right? So your
Yeah.
wife, your new girl on the scene has seen something in you, Alex, that is better than what you've been doing. And what an absolute savior, because she's restored that faith in you. And getting to make that choice sometimes, that ultimatum sometimes, it's a good thing, and it can lead to better things. And no doubt the road has been up and down and bumpy on the journey and things like that as well. Now, where did you get to the place where you thought, I've healed? What did you actually heal from to be able to go and serve the communities and people, to get them to see that their possibilities are endless as well. To see that they can make a difference, and that, the success stories that they have, you're a part of. Where did you actually find that self-belief to be able to come in and help people in that way?
Mm. Yeah, I would say everything really changed around for me 2016. I found the world of coaching, and it blew my mind. It was exactly what I was looking for. My background's in psychology through college, and I got my degree because I wanted to understand myself. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I have all these advantages in my life. I'm healthy, I'm strong, I'm young, I have, great family, great upbringing, and yet I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm thinking suicidal thoughts. Like, what's going on? Something's got to change. And so that sparked it, and through that process, through these few years, I would say just having conversations with people, that's really what started to heal, really heal these wounds, and make a difference, because I learned so much from the clients I've had and have. I just learned so much about the mind. I learned so much about routines and behaviors, and I can see it, right? Just like you were saying, like my wife could see it with me. Like I can see their brilliance. I can see how magnificent they are, and it's only a reflection of who I am. And it's been that process of being coached and coaching others that has allowed me to shake off a lot of these stories of, you're invisible, you're insignificant, you're not important. I'm like, well, none of that's true. It couldn't be farther from the truth. And I'm a man of faith. I believe in God, and He's the ultimate creator. And it says in a good book, He made us in our image. So that means I have creativity in my DNA. Like that's my birthright, to create, to serve, and to express my love. So it's been a journey. It's been a process. It's a constant creation every day, constantly working through these things. And doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'm gonna have moments I'm triggered. There's gonna be moments I'm upset. I'm annoyed. I'm pissed off. But what can I do? I always come back to source. Like, all right, well, where do I take full responsibility for this? And that's been really the biggest part of it. Everything before was, you're the problem. She made me like this. He's the problem. He. Well, there's a common theme. Every time there's been a problem in my life, I've always been there. So let's look at the source here. Let's really figure out what's my role in it and clean it up.
And if somebody's feeling the feelings that you've been through, that everyone else sees somebody who's excelling at their job, they've got a great family, but maybe they're feeling, a little bit depressed, a few, maybe suicidal thoughts. What would be a really common tip or a piece of advice that you would say to them to be able to recognize that, to overcome?
Mm. The thought that comes to me is very simple: make a difference. And it was something that was passed on to me, where somebody explored, the psychology of suicide notes, and a common theme was that they weren't making a difference anywhere, so they felt like their life had no meaning. Well, make a difference somewhere, or even look within yourself of, where have I excelled? Where have I succeeded in my life? Where have I? Uh, there's something for everybody, right? Even if you feel like you're at your lowest point, you can still make a difference. You can still serve somebody. Service, whether it's, giving somebody an encouraging word, helping out at a soup kitchen. It doesn't have to be something dramatic like you're saving the world, but can you help one person today? Can you smile at somebody? Can you give somebody a hug? Can you reach out with a phone call for somebody maybe who you haven't heard from in a while? And those are the best surprises in the world, right? It's always great to have like an unexpected bump into somebody, like, oh my God, I haven't seen you, like, and you reconnect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that inside out game. But I would say making a difference really can change a lot.
Yeah. And I love that as well. every Wednesday I make a point of paying for somebody in the drive-through behind me, or I leave a nice note in a suicide, depression book in the library, saying you are worthy. I make a point every week of these unrecognized gestures. And it does make a difference, like you said, and you hit the nail on the head there, Alex. Just smile at someone, make a difference. Maybe that person just needs a smile, right? And we can master our future from that. If we just make one person smile every day, we're going to make ourselves smile and really pull ourselves out of that. What you just said then is just so powerful. And with your coaching and things like that as well now, because you are a speaker, you're a trainer, you're a coach with a life success creator. I know that you are helping save and change so many lives with your approach, with your clients. Where can we actually connect with you?
Yeah, online you can find me at therealalexdumas.com. On social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, same handle at therealexdumas. And if you want to email me, alex@abundancedaily.com.
Fantastic. And we'll be sharing out where to actually connect with you as well, because you are serving with such integrity, such authority and authenticity. And what kind of message would you like to leave the audience on today as well, Alex?
Yeah, this is a core value of mine. Is something that I share on my daily podcast every day at the end, and I'll share with your folks because I think hopefully it will make a difference. So here we go. It goes as simple as this. You are born to live your life with abundance. You are the master of your future. You control your freedom, and you have complete dominance of your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits.
Wow. I felt that. Thank you. I needed
Yeah,
that
you're
today.
welcome.
We all need that reminder, right? We all need that
Yeah, you're
reminder.
welcome. It's that shift from like that victim thinking, like, oh, if I can dominate how I think. Doesn't mean your thoughts are always gonna happen, but I choose what I think. Oh, I'm here to receive abundance. Oh yeah, I am the master of my future. I have control of that. Outside circumstances, that the outside's gonna be the outside. The world's gonna do what the world does. How can I be a master of myself and master my energy?
I love
That's the
that.
game we play.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Very, very powerful place. Please, everybody, connect with Alex. He is a powerhouse. He is a thought leader. He is a visionary. Thank you very much for being brave to share your story. You're so appreciated in the Victim to Victory community. We'll be sharing where to connect with Alex. And you can find the Victim to Victory podcast on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. And if you got value from today, please subscribe and comment. And remember, wear your story like a superhero cape and not an anchor. And see you on the next episode. Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome. Thank you.